Staying with us into the third and last hour of the agenda, coming to you live from the SABC headquarters in Auckland Park, Johannesburg. Let's start the show. The murder trial of former Orlando Pirates and Bafana goalkeeper Senzo Meyiwa is expected to resume in the High Court in Pretoria this morning. After a month-long postponement, 5 men are on trial for the premeditated murder of the soccer star who was gunned down at the mother's home of his girlfriend, Khumalo. Almost 8 years ago, the trial resumes amid controversies with the arrest of defense advocate Chriselda Lewis and the passing of one of the police officers believed to be the first to arrive at the scene, Brigadier Pilani Ndlovu Defo, who was arrested in connection with another case, says his own legal battles will not impact the murder trial. The defense lawyer appeared in the Hillbrow Magistrates Court on Friday after his arrest last month on contempt of court charges. Chriselda Lewis is watching these developments for us, and she comes in now. Chriselda, good morning to you once again. What can you tell us this time?
Well, there seems, Desiree, to be a slight delay in proceedings here this morning. The accused have been brought up from the visuals that you're seeing on our screen here this morning. The Senzo Meyiwa trial was scheduled to get underway this morning, of course, after all that high drama that we saw at the last sitting. Of course, we can confirm that Advocate Chriselda Lewis is still representing 4 of those accused. Of course, you saw in the last court proceedings a dramatic turn of events where he had been arrested at this court on a separate matter. What we understand this morning is that the legal representatives, basically those that are representing all of the accused in this matter, have gone into the judge's chambers. We do understand that Netflix had planned to bring an application for access to this particular court. We do understand that at this particular point, they might be having a conversation relating to how that is going to proceed. We also understand that Advocate Chriselda Lewis, who is representing 4 of those accused, wanted to oppose that application. We'll certainly hear once they come out from the judge's chambers what the way forward is pertaining to that. But the expectation this morning was that you'd recall the forensic detective Thabo Mosia, who was the first state witness who'd taken the stand when the trial had, of course, begun. He's expected to be back on the stand this morning. Cross-examination is expected to continue. I do understand that Advocate Zandile Mshololo, who is the representative, the legal representative of accused number 5, is expected to begin her cross-examination this morning. But I've also seen other accused also walk into the dock at this point, so there might be a situation where we might have some of the other cases that might be dealt with first. So a bit of a delay in the proceedings here this morning. However, we're expecting that cross-examination by of course, of the detective, the forensic detective, to get underway. He was in the dock just a few moments ago. Quite a high police presence here, as you would have had. Not surprising, of course. This has been the case in this particular matter since the very beginning. However, we'll hear once the legal representative emerge from the chambers of the judge about what the way forward is expected to be, but no expected delays in this particular case here today. But what we do know is that the slight delay may be related, of course, to this application that Netflix had planned to bring to this case. The Meyiwa family not in court this morning. I understand that they'll be returning to the proceedings at a much later stage. AfriForum, that had been supporting the family as well, also not present here. As you would know, that we're expecting much of the forensic evidence to be led here in this court over the next week. We do understand that proceedings will sit over the next week as well. Also some perhaps I can bring you in, sir. Do you mind if I have a conversation with you? Who is the spokesperson for the group that is also, sir, a very good morning to you. Perhaps I could also bring you in. You're here supporting Advocate Chriselda Lewis, and I guess this would be related to the dramatics that we saw in court taking place last time. I'm very sorry I did hijack you. Let me get your name, your surname, as well as the organization that you're representing.
Okay. My name is Matumi Morokolo. I'm representing SAVU. Advocate has been our advisor for a long time for this union that has been newly found in South Africa. And we were shocked to see him to be arrested in that way by the police. But I personally was not shocked because at one stage he was arrested with me. We were accused of hosting the head of legal service of SABC hostage. But surprisingly was arrested alone, but I was left. So I was shocked. I wanted to see again by myself, and then I hooked up my comrades to come and be witnesses here. So here we are. I'm disappointed that the court is delaying, but I understand the reasons why.
There'd been widespread condemnation about what had taken place, including from the judiciary, not per se pertaining to the charges that he's facing, but the manner in which it had been done inside the court, prompting even the police minister to ask for a report.
Yeah, it's expected and it is shocking. You see, it has sent a strong and negative message to all the students, particularly the black young aspiring lawyers. Students who want to be lawyers in South Africa feeling threatened by the manner in which even the professionals are handled by the police in a court of law. I mean, one would have expected that it should have been organized in a different format, arrangement of a certain way of dealing with that matter, rather than coming to court in the presence of his clients, in the presence of the media, in the presence of everybody, to be arrested in that fashion. It was so much disappointing by the police, and it was so sad. But I heard the statement from the legal counsel. They have also protested on that, but I don't know what is the recourse with those who have committed to all those things. But we hope that one day the ministerial interference in the legal affairs must stop, because it does not make any justice to the people.
Yeah.
It's very sad. It should not be like that.
Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate your time. The South African AfriForum also here this morning. A very good morning to you, sir. Yes.
Good morning, sir. I think your statement was very unfounded when you say AfriForum is not here.
Oh, yes, we were understanding.
Any statement.
All right. We did understand, however, from the family, sir. AfriForum is here. You're hoping that the matter will proceed this morning. There are a bit of delays. We were told that AfriForum was not here this morning, but of course you are here.
Here from the beginning. Early in the morning we were here.
Yeah, and you're hoping that the matter will proceed this morning. A bit of a slight delay, of course. There seem to be quite a number of sideshows that have taken over this particular matter. As AfriForum, what are your hopes here this morning?
As I've said to you, we are not making any statement, but I just want to alert you that we are here as AfriForum. Yeah,
thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you very much indeed. A bit earlier on this morning, we had been informed that AfriForum, perhaps they'd always arrived with the family here. They are here this morning, and we see them towards our right over there. Of course, this time not in the presence of the family. The family have indicated that they will return to court at a later stage. AfriForum indicating they're not going to make any statements at this particular time. But I guess also hear from the South African Vulnerable Workers Union, a fairly new union, indicating that they're here to support Advocate Malisela Tifo, that of course relating to his dramatic arrest in the last court sitting that had taken place. So we're still waiting for the court to get underway here this morning. We're hoping that the conversations that are being had in the judges' chambers here this morning, we understand relating to an application that Netflix wanted to bring. We understand that might be the point of discussion that is taking place inside chambers at this time. So court slightly delayed here this morning, but AfriForum in the gallery here this morning, but the Meyiwa family expected to return here at a later stage.
Thank you again, Chriselda, for setting the scene for us there once again in the trial that is being watched, just in terms of what comes out of there.